Yo, what's up, Navigators? I'm going to make a quick video on the importance of warming up and stretching and why we should warm up before we stretch and why we should stretch before we actually do a workout or a challenge. The importance of warming up before you stretch is that you do exactly that. You warm up your muscles so when you stretch, you're actually a lot more flexible. An example is if you were to take a piece of metal, and let's say that piece of metal was really, really cold. Let's say that piece of metal just happened to be sitting in the snow. If you get that piece of metal and you add tension to it, if you add enough tension to it, it will actually snap in half, right? So now let's reverse that. If you get a piece of metal and you warm that piece of metal up, that piece of metal is now moldable and shapeable, and you could bend it all the way till the ends touch each other and it's not going to break. So our muscles actually work the same way. You want to warm up your muscles so when you stretch, you prevent injuries from happening, such as pulled muscles or an over-pulled tendon or a joint. So warming up is very important to do before you stretch, okay? And next, the importance of stretching before you actually start an activity is when you're doing a workout, you might be giving it 100%. You might be giving you could get injuries when you're giving it 70%. When your muscles are warm and you stretch your muscles out, you are going to prevent injuries from happening, such as pulled muscles or muscle cramps or pulled tendons in your joints or in your ankles. So stretching those muscles out benefit you in the long run. Also, for the runners out there, stretching actually helps with your running form and your stride. So if you were doing leg stretches and you can't quite touch your toes yet, or you can't put your palms on the ground yet when you're doing, let's say, hamstring stretches, as you continue to stretch, you'll become more flexible and you'll notice that you're starting to stretch more than you did when you first started. And that will benefit your running form. Your stride will now be longer than what it was because your muscle is a little more loose. It's more flexible. Your stride is going to be 20% larger than what it was when you first started. So the importance of stretching is 100%. Okay, it's super beneficial. So make sure you are warming up and stretching. So since we're talking about warming up and stretching, I'm going to do some warm-ups and I'm going to do some stretching. This video will help you to stay prepared before you do any workouts or challenges that you may be attempting.